ability to breathe through the nose is important for comfort, especially during exercise when we tend to breathe more deeply in order to maintain a high level of oxygen in the body. Also, the free passage of air through the nasal canals sharpens the senses of both smell and taste. Millions of Americans suffer from a condition known as deviated nasal septum. The septum may be thought of as a wall or partition that separates the two sides of the nose. Ideally, the partition is straight, but it may become deviated as the result of a birth defect or an injury to the nose. A crooked partition may hinder to varying degrees a person's ability to breathe through one or both nostrils. Deviation of the septum may also affect a person's appearance by accentuating the bridge of their nose or displacing it to one side of the face. This difficulty in breathing may oftentimes be improved through a procedure called septoplasty. The surgeon removes the obstructing cartilage and bone, allowing the air to move freely through both nostrils. In many cases, improvement of the appearance is achieved at the same time by reshaping the cartilage and bone of the nose. The surgery is then termed rhinoplasty.
I feel great. I mean, every time I look in the mirror now, I just see my face. Before, I would look in the mirror and see my nose, and you know, every picture I took, everything I did, every picture I looked at myself, I hated being photographed because you'd see a face and then you'd see my nose. And something interesting happened to me the other day. I was in the hair salon and some of the guys were standing around, and he says to me, oh, you know, you have nice eyes and a nice face. He says, but one thing I would never change, he said, is your nose. He said, it's like a painting. And I started cracking up, thinking, little does he know.
Well, everybody loves it. And the best thing, though, as well, is that people that I work with and know for a long time didn't notice the nose job, which I thought was really great, because usually nose jobs are very noticeable. And a lot of people just said, gosh, you look great. And no one really knew that I had my nose done or even my eyes done. And that's what I like especially about my nose. I think it looks very natural. It's a very natural looking nose. I've never had anyone come up to me and say, did you get your nose done? I always have to say, oh, I got my nose done. And they're like, really? You got your nose done? And no one believes it. And that's what I love about it. It looks very natural.
The operation is performed entirely inside the nostril, leaving no visible stars. Most patients choose to have general anesthesia so that they can be completely asleep throughout the procedure. Nasal surgery takes about an hour to perform, and like the other procedures presented here, it's performed on an outpatient basis at the Keyes Surgery Center.
The people's reaction to my nose has been tremendous. I always thought I just had like a hump, but everyone's noticed a tremendous change. I mean, he corrected the hump, but he also did a lift, and he just did a wonderful job. Everybody says, oh, your nose looks great. For those who know me. Those who don't know me, of course, it just looks normal. But for those who know me, I even had to go back and look at pictures and say, my goodness, what did he do? But there's a big difference in what he did.